Hey up everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all well and you're looking after yourself. So tonight I'm doing a NRL 2020 jersey list using tierlist.com. So I'm going to go through the jerseys and I'm going to rank them from best, good, average, not good and shite. I've had some technical issues with my Xbox controller and all that keeper. I don't have the budget to have a fancy laptop and all that, so I've already gone ahead and ranked the jerseys because otherwise my Xbox controller, because it's broken, will keep moving up and down constantly and probably exit me out of the list. So I'm going to avoid all that and I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to explain why I've put all the jerseys where I have. So in the best category, let's start off with Eastern Suburbs. So they've had the same jersey since the early 1960s. Classic design. The only thing that's really changed is the sponsor. It's always been a favourite shade of mine, so I'm going to put it in the best. Then you've got the South Sydney home and away shirts. South Sydney's been wearing the same shirt since 1908 pretty much. You can wear a South Sydney shirt from any era and you'll look hip and fashionable. You'll look like it's a brand new kit. Don't go to Peter Wynn or any of these other shops that make you pay 150 quid for a brand new South shirt. All you're paying for is a sponsor. You can get a heritage shirt from 50 years ago and it'll look like a brand new South shirt. Then you've got the home Parramatta kit for this year. It's based off the 1986 and 1995 design. I know I sound biased, but this is my favourite jersey ever. I've always loved this kit. It's been worn pretty much every year with some exceptions since 1986. If I was the Parramatta CEO, I would make this Parramatta's permanent home kit, but that's just me. I love the colouring, love the design. The only thing bad about this kit this year is the sponsor. And then we've got St George to round out the best. St George, like South and Eastern Suburbs, have worn the same jersey since, well, the late 1940s. The big red V, classic design, classic jersey. Then in the good, I've got the away Eastern Suburbs shirt. Like the home kit, they've worn the away Eastern Suburbs shirt. Same design for about 25 years now. Hasn't changed. It's a good away kit. Then you've got the Penrith Licorice All Sorts design. I really like this home kit. The colouring's good. The sponsors are well laid out. Like the Licorice All Sorts. Then we've got North Queensland home and away. This is based off the kit that they wore in the foundation years. It's their 25th anniversary this year. I like the kits. They look smart. They look good. If I was North Queensland CEO, I'd make these the permanent jersey designs. I think they look really good. Then you've got the Manly away kit for this year, based off the jersey that they wore in the late 80s, mid to late 1990s. It's a very good shirt. I really like it. Very well done by the Manly club. Then you've got the Cronulla home shirt. They've been pretty much wearing the same home shirt since 1967 with a few exceptions, the late 90s, early 2000s. It's got a good colour, good sponsor. It's got the white band in the middle. Nice collar. It's a good home shirt. Then you've got the Auckland, well, the New Zealand Warriors home kit, which is based off the Auckland kit, which they wore from 1995 to 1999. It's their 25th year in the competition this year, so they're going to continue to wear this jersey for this season. I like the colouring. I think that this should be the permanent home shirt as well of New Zealand. I'm pretty sure New Zealand Warriors fanatics and NRL Warriors fanatics will have a disagreement over that. And then you've got the West Tigers home kit for this year. Now, last year they wore the same design as well. It's a very nice home kit. It's got the mixture of the Belmean and Western Suburbs in there as well. The black and white and the orange and black. The only thing that's wrong with it is the sponsor. It's a bit too big, but it fits in well with the shirt because the shirt's predominantly black and white, so I think it works out alright. Then in the average, you've got the Penrith and Parramatta away kits. You've got the Melbourne home kit. Now this is an outdated kit because Melbourne have a sponsor now. Even though I hate Melbourne with all my heart, I think that kit's all right. You know, it's the club colours, and it's not a bad looking kit by any stretch of the imagination. Then you've got the Brisbane home and away kits. They're not bad home kits. They've got the club colours, the big yellow band in the middle for the home kits. A bit too big in my opinion. I wish they'd kind of go back to that jersey design that they had in the early 90s, late 80s. I think that's the Brisbane colours, but this is the jersey that they decided to go with this year. Then you got the West Tigers away kit, which is exactly the same as the home kit, just with the colours swapped around. And then you got the Manly kit in the average. So this is the kit that they decided to come out with this year. Last year, their kit I thought was one of the best, and it was a classical design. This year, they've gone for this weird white band that's kind of like a chevron, but it isn't. Not really a fan of this kit, but I wouldn't see it's one of the worst. Then we've got the New Zealand kits in the not goods. Well, two of them anyway. New Zealand's got more kits than I've got hot dinners. Then you've got the Pink Panther Penrith. That's their third kit. Never really been a fan of the Pink Panther. Then you've got the three Canberra kits. The one there, one there, one there. These kits are not too bad, but the problem with them is that the sponsor, it's a big, red, ugly sponsor, and they've had this same sponsor for a couple of years. It's a lime green shirt, and you've got this big, ugly, red sponsor on it. Not really a fan of it. But I like on the home and the third kit, I like the ECT bands on the sleeves. They're good. Then you've got the home kit of Newcastle. They're trying to design this off the kit that they wore in the foundation years in the early 90s. I'd put it higher, but that fucking green NIB sponsor ruins the kit. It's a horrible sponsor. It's a blue and red shirt, and you've got a big green Kermit the Frog sticker on the front. Then you've got the Gold Coast home and the heritage shirts. So, I mean, the home shirt's all right if it wasn't for that sponsor, the big orange Neds. I mean, I like the dark navy blue and the aqua blue, but just the sponsor ruins it, like with some of the others. And then same with the heritage. Even though I'm not a fan of the heritage shirt, well, the shirt that they wore when they first come in, I don't think that aqua blue is really a good colour for a jersey. I prefer the dark navy blue, but once again, the sponsor ruins it. And then you've got Canterbury. I put that in the not good. Now, Canterbury's got the classic design there, the blue and the white V, but the problem is that there's no sponsor. Now, in the 1970s, if you had a sponsor, because Eastern Suburbs were the first club to have a sponsor, it was a big deal, it was big news, because no one had ever had one. These days, if you don't have a sponsor, everyone's talking about it, so the whole world's been turned on its head. Now, the club did have a sponsor, but thanks to Jade Knockenbar and Corey Harawira and Naira, they lost their $2 million sponsorship with Rashies, and that sponsor actually looked quite good on this shirt. But look, if you're not going to have a sponsor, at least make sure that that V connects at the bottom there. That's something that they haven't done. So, I mean, it looks like a blank canvas. It looks like a half-finished jersey. It looks like they were making the jersey and then they kind of went, oh, we've run out of fabric, so we're just going to put it out like that. And then in the shite, I've got, as you can see, that this must be a censored, because they've done the shite out. You got the Parramatta home kit that was our home kit in 2018, 2019. I don't know why it's in the home section for this year, but I was at the time, Bernie Gay. He come up with this design. Well, he come up with this idea to bring back the shirt that we won all those wooden spoons in. As you can see, look, as soon as I turn on the controller, it does that. So, getting back before I was rudely interrupted by the Xbox controller, Bernie Gare had this brainstorm of an idea to bring back the home shirt from 1947 to 1972 that we wore, where we got 11 wooden spoons. The first year that we wore it, again, we got the wooden spoon. It's a horrible looking shirt, and it was complemented by those ugly white shorts that we had to wear. Then you've got the Newcastle and Gold Coast away kits, horrible looking kits. Especially with the sponsor makes it look even worse. Then you've got the New Zealand, one of their kits. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Maybe Warriors NRL fanatics can fill me in on that. It kind of looks like one of those polos you buy from Matlin or something. It doesn't look like a rugby league shirt. And then the final jersey that I've got is the St George away kit. Now, I'm pretty sure if St George had the opportunity, or they were allowed to, they just have the one kit, which is the big red V, but they've been forced, I think, to have this away kit. And I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I don't know who designed that kit and what type of drugs they're on. Whatever they're on, I want some of it. But I just don't really like it. I think it's not even, it doesn't even look like an Illawarra kit. It looks like I don't know what the fuck it was supposed to be, but anyway, that's me NRL 2020 jersey ranking video using tier list. If you enjoyed that video, despite the interruptions by my Xbox controller, please give it a like. If you really enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm doing a lot of content lately. Go check out some of the other videos. If you do enjoy them, then please subscribe to my channel. Share this video. And if you get some spare time, go over to my Facebook page, which is Rugby League History. And I also run the Instagram page as well, which is the same name. And I'll put a link in the description below. But as always, look after yourselves, everyone. Catch us all later. Tatty bye.